Hello. Okay, guys, we are live. So, hey everyone, I'm Harshal Jain, your mentor at Geeks for Geeks. And guys, today we are going to make a very awesome project that is a user profile using React.JS. Actually, we're going to use Next.js, but it's same in React.js. Next.js is the modified version of React.js, right? So yes, we're gonna make a profile page just like that so that you know how we can select things just like images. We can add fields like username, email, password, DOB. We're gonna use MUI for that so that we can make components easily, right? So let's begin. Sachin, hey. Hi Sachin. Okay. So first of all, guys, the prerequisite of this video is you must be aware of at least React.js. Although we are going to use Next.js, which is modified version of React.js, but all things are same. There is nothing different. Just the way we install things are a little bit different. Okay, the rest everything is same. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna just install things. Why am I using Next.js? Because like you can use normal React.js also, but the problem is nowadays React.js website is also recommending to use Next.js. Okay, if you visit their website in the installation page, you would see that they are asking for Next.js. They are simply mentioning the command npmi, npx create next app, something like that. Okay. Hi Vikram. Okay, so for that, first of all, I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna create a fresh folder. Okay, so you can see that I created a folder. Inside this, I'm gonna create a project. Okay, so let me just delete my old project. So I'll just delete this. And we're going to make a very simple UI. The UI won't be very complicated, but my main goal of this video is to tell you how you can actually add things to the form. Okay, how to add things to the form. We're going to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to open this with VS Code. So VS Code must be installed. Okay, then I'm simply going to just open VS Code. Uh, okay. Yes, guys. So I'll just open that specific folder. So we have this drive named as Harshal. Inside this, we have to create our project, right? So I'm just opened this drive. You can see this is the folder which we have. Inside this, I'm going to create a fresh project. Okay, so I'll just create a new terminal here. And here, guys, we need a command named as npx create next app. Yeah. So we're just going to type npx create next app. You can use normal React.js also, npx create React app, right? But I'm going to use Next.js because it's recommended nowadays. Okay, so at the latest. So this is the command. And by the way, your Node.js must also be installed. Node.js and VS Code must also be installed. Now here we're going to name this project as user profile. By the way, guys, I'm going to upload this project on GitHub also, so you can check out the source code later on, right? So yes, we're going to use, that's totally up to you if you want to use TypeScript or not. If you're using normal React.js, you won't be using TypeScript. But if you are using TypeScript, that's also fine. And I'm just making it yes, but we are not going to use TypeScript a lot, so you won't get confused. Even if you don't know TypeScript, that's also fine. Okay, but here I'm just making it a yes. So later on, if someone who knows TypeScript wants to change it to code of TypeScript, can easily do this. Okay, so right, I'm just making it yes, and I want to use ESLint, and I don't want to use Tailwind. I want to have SRC directory. I want to have a router. I don't want to customize anything. Okay, so yes, you can see that the project has been set up. Now it would take a few seconds to finish this. Till then, what we can do, guys, is we can just install a few things. Okay, so I'm just gonna open a browser here. I'm just gonna search for MUI. Okay, MUI React. Okay, you can just search for this React.js. Just search for this, and you would find this page. Okay, so yeah, you just need to install things from here. It would give you a lot of components which you can easily use in your project. Although yeah, you can just skip this part also, or you can install this. That's totally up to you, but in some cases we might need MUI components, so we can install this. Okay, for now I'm leaving it just like that because we'll make things from scratch. Okay, so that everyone can make this. But yeah, this is a suggestion. You can check out MUI to make things more easier. Okay, But yeah, for now, I'm gonna make things like from scratch. Okay, so first of all, you can see that this is the SRC which we have created. And for normal React.js, you might see things a little bit differently, but you would know how to do things because I'm not teaching React.js. I'm telling you how to make a user form. Okay, so inside the app folder, I'm just gonna create a register folder. This is the way which we create routes in Next.js. So I'm gonna create a register folder. And guys, inside this, I'm just gonna create a file named as page.tsx. Okay, that's it. And here I'm just gonna write RAFCE. This is the shortcut. For getting this shortcut, what you need to do is you just need to install an extension. Just go to extension and just search for ES7. If you search for this, you can see that we have ES7 and you can also search for ES7 plus. Okay, so you can actually use ES7 plus because for Next.js or React.js, this is the latest version. So you can install this extension if you want, right? So now we have this. Okay, we have this. Again, I would just create it like this, RAFCE, and I'm just gonna write here this this is register. Okay, this is registered page. Okay, so now let's come here and I'm gonna go here. You can see that inside the register folder we created the register page. And where is the home page? Home page is basically this page.tsx. This is the home page. Okay, so I'm just gonna make it short. Okay, I'm just gonna make it short. I'm just gonna create a division here. Let's create a division. Okay, and here guys we can simply say we have a home page, right? So we have a home page. So I'm just gonna say that let's create a h1 tag here. I'm just gonna say that this is home page. Okay, so yes, so we created this home page and you can see the register page. So now guys, I'm simply going to run this. Okay, for running this again, I would just right click here, just right click here in the specific project. In this specific project, you can see we have the project here, and here we just need to type npm run dev. Okay, npm run dev. So you can see that now it started, right? So now in localhost 3000 it started. Let's check this one. So I'm just gonna go here and I'm just gonna type in localhost 3000. Okay, so it's gonna take a few seconds. You can see this is the home page which we have edited just now. And then now if I put a slash and now I write register, so you can see that I would get the register page. Perfect. Till now everything is fine. So here guys, we're gonna create the register part. Okay. So first of all, guys, one more thing, like if you want to get the source code of this video, what you can do is you can just search for my GitHub. At the end of this video, I'm gonna upload this code. Okay. So you can just search for github.com/VIRAJJ014. Okay, that's my GitHub account. Here I'll be uploading the source code. Yeah, you can check out my profile. If you want to contact me, you can contact me on Instagram or LinkedIn. Right. So you can just go to the repositories and guys, in the repository, you would find TypeScript, Next.js. Okay, I'm gonna create a fresh folder here. Okay, I'm just gonna create a fresh repository here. In future, I'm gonna upload the source code. So let me just create it. I'm just gonna name it as okay, I have to log in with my profile. Anyways, I'll just create a folder named as user profile. You'll find it here and you can get the source code from there. I'll share the link in the description also, or in the comment section also. From later on, you can find that project link. Okay, repository link. Okay, right now it's not there, but you will see it something like user profile, React.js. Okay, perfect. So now guys, you can see that this is the register page. So here what we need to do is we need to just add some UI elements. Okay, you can use MUI or you can use things from scratch. Okay, so we're gonna just use things from scratch, right? So let me just do one thing. Just a second, guys. Let me just check one thing. Okay. So, guys, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna search for some local image, user contact image, something like that. So I'd get some images. So I just go to images, and you can pick some free images. Although, yeah, like yeah, that's totally up to you. You can pick images from there. You can create your own image. So I'm just gonna pick any random image so that I can just use it. I think okay. Just for educational purpose, I'm just downloading any random one. But yeah, you must choose some specific one. Okay. So okay, let's check. Do we get some image, good image or not? Okay, I think we have to go with this normal one. So I'm just gonna go with this vector easy and I'm just gonna save image. Okay. So since we are making a very local project, so I'm just going to just download any random image. But yeah, you must pick always copyright free images. I'm not sure that there is some copyright or not, but yeah, I'll remove it later on anyways. So yeah, just check out that the image is free for or not. Okay, so you can see that we have this user profile folder. What I'm gonna do is here I'll just go to SRC. Inside SRC we have app. Inside the app we have this. Okay, so what we're gonna do guys is inside the SRC I'm gonna create a new folder here. Inside the SRC new folder, and here I'm just gonna name it as assets, ASS. ATS. Okay, assets, right? Okay, so inside the assets folder, I'll just save this downloaded image. That's it. Okay, so once you download that image, I have to show that image in the registration page. So I'll just go to user profile. Here we have the SRC. Inside that we created assets. Inside this we downloaded this, right? So we're gonna show this. Okay, so I'm just gonna rename this. So F2 and just rename it to something like no user, something like that. Okay, so that you know that this for no user. Perfect. So now guys, since first of all, we are going to create a register page. Okay, we are going to create a register page. So I'm going to create it something like, yes. So we're going to create it something like a register page. Okay, so you can just manipulate it later, but right now assume that we are creating it just like that. Okay, so here I'm just going to say that first of all, we're going to have a division. Okay, and let's say we have this division and I'm just going to name this division. Okay, we have to add some CSS also. So for adding the CSS guys, what we can do is we can just we can just create a css file here. So actually a directory here. So here we're just gonna create a directory named as styles. Okay, styles. Inside that we'll simply add the css named as auth.module.css. Okay, so this is for next.js. You can see we created the css file, and now here guys we are in the register page. So here what we can do is we can just add the css. So import styles from, and you just need to write @ and you just need to write styles slash, and here you just need to write the css. So I'm gonna write auth dot module dot css. Okay, so you can see that, yeah, now it's about to do things. So what's the problem here? Okay, from, it's actually from FROM. Okay, so yeah, you can see that now it's located the file and everything would be done, right? So I'm just gonna name this as class. Class name would be what? I'm just gonna say that the styles dot, and let's say the style would be what, I can just name it something like input container, right? Input container, right? So that's it guys. Now we can just say that we have some label here, because I'm just gonna say that we have some label here for the username. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that name. Okay, name, right? This is the label. And similarly we're gonna create an input field. I'm just gonna say that here we would get some text like placeholder. I'm just gonna say enter your, or something like full name, something like that, full name, something like that. Okay, so now let's check is it working or not. So you can see that name and full name, perfect. Now similarly we're gonna have a few more fields, like you're gonna have email also, right? So you store the email also, right? Email of the user, and again same css, but this time you're gonna say that it's email. Okay, email, right? Perfect. Now similarly we're going to need one more thing, that is the password. Okay, we're going to need one more thing, that is the password. So we're going to say that the type of this would be, you can just make the type of this would be password, or you can make some custom field. Okay, you can make some custom field, you can just make the password visible or not. So suppose if I make this as password, for now just make it as password. Okay, and for now I would just create a situation here. I'm just gonna say that password visible, and set password visible. So I'm just using use state from React.JS, right? And since we are using Next.js, so at the top we have to add one more thing, that is use client. Okay, so you have to just write use client. Okay? Use client. That's it. Guys, just a second. Okay, perfect. Right. So yeah, what we are doing is we are using use state, which is neither a React function or nor a component. React, this name must start with an uppercase. Okay. I think this is just some warning. Okay, this is just some warning, but you can skip that. Let me just check, is it working? So you can see there is no error here. It's perfect. So what we are saying is password visible or not. Initially, I'm saying that password won't be visible. So if password is not visible, so I'm just gonna say that password. Okay, and here guys, what we can do is we can just hide or show the password. So for that, what we can do is type of this, type of this. If I say that the type of this equals password. Okay, if I say the type of this is password, so I'm just gonna say password. Okay, here I will just remove this for now. Okay, I will just remove this. And what we have to remove, we have to just close the input field for now. So you can see that we have basically, just a second. Yes, so you can see basically have a password field and type of this is password. What do you mean by type of this is password? If you just go to the password field, if you try to write something here, you can see I'm seeing this, I'm seeing this. You can see that here also we are able to, okay, just a second. I think I have to refresh. Yes, so you can see that what actually happened is you can see you are writing things here, you are writing things here. But if you're writing things here, you can see you see dot dot dot. That means password is not visible because type is password. So what you can do is you can simply say, you can simply say that here guys, we're gonna need something like if password visible is true. That means you're gonna make the type of this as text. If the password visible is false, that means you don't want to show your password. So what you can do is you can just hide the password. For that, what you can do is you can just type password. Okay, that's it. So right now you can see that it's false. That means password visible is false. That means you don't want to show the password. That means here you, if I just refresh, you can see that if I type things, you can see password is not visible. But when I make it true, okay, let's see what happens. So if I come here back, if I refresh, you can see now if I type things and you can see now it's visible. That means now you can see that now I made password visible or hidden because of this. Now how can I toggle this? For that we're gonna need a button. Okay, we're gonna need a button. So we'll do that, but let's make it false by default. Okay, let's make it false by default. So here I'm just gonna say that I'll just cut this part. Okay, I'm just gonna create one more division here. Okay, so in this specific row, we're gonna have the input field as well as the button, as well as the icon. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that it's gonna be something like input container one. Okay, and here I'm just gonna say that it has a class name of styles dot input row, something like that. Okay, input row. So here inside this I'm gonna show my input field. Okay, I'm gonna show my input field as well as a button. Okay, as well as a button. What button? So let me just show you a button. Okay, for that we can simply go to hero icons for using icons, or you can use any icon library. You can use MUI also, but for now we're gonna use hero icons. Okay, so I'm just gonna type something like hero icons. Okay, hero icons. So you can see, you can just visit here. You don't need to install anything, you can just search here eye. Okay, if you search your eye, you can see you have a hidden eye, you have visible eye. Okay, so now if I just say that when the password is not visible, then I'm gonna show the eye icon. Okay, something like that. Okay, in some websites there is different, but right now I'm gonna assume that when password is not visible, then I'm gonna show an eye icon. Okay, something like that. Or we're gonna show the hidden eye icon. Okay, I'll just do one thing. Okay, I'll just do one thing. Here I'll just say that if password is visible, okay, if password is visible, then I'm gonna show this visible eye. Okay, when password is not visible, then I'm gonna show this hidden eye. So copy JSX and just paste it here. Okay, so now I'm gonna just save this. So you can see now what would happen. Now let's just show it here. So I'll just go here. You can see that if I just refresh, you can see that right now password is not visible. Okay, but when I make it true, okay, when I make it true, I'm gonna fix the CSS later on. You can see now it's visible. Okay, that means now it's working according to this. So you can see now password is visible, so I is also visible. If I make it false, if I make it false, you can see that now you can see I is also hidden and password is also hidden. Okay, so you can just check the logic later on, but right now I'll just add the CSS later on, but right now you can see that it's something like that. Now what else you're gonna need? You have name, email, password. You can have uh check password again, something like that. You can re-add the password, compare password, things like that. But I've just added one password field. Okay, so name, email, password is here, and we'll add one more field, something like we're gonna have date field actually. Okay, we're gonna have the date field. So I'm just gonna say that here guys, I can just have one more input container. Okay, so I'll just copy this. Okay, I'll just paste it here, and I'll just say that this is the date of birth. Okay, date of birth. And here I'll just say that the type of this would be date, and placeholder would be, okay, we don't need any placeholder for this for now, so I'm just gonna remove it. Let's check if it's working or not. So you can see, yes, we have the date field also. Perfect. You can see we have the date field also. Perfect. Right? So you can see that actually I think I must write it in short form. That would look better. So DOB. date of birth. Okay, so yeah, we have these fields. Now we're gonna need one more field, that is for selecting the profile picture. Okay, so name is here, email is here, password is here, dob is here. Okay, so I'll just add the dob above this. Okay, so it looks cool. Okay, so yeah, we have name, email, password. Now we're gonna need one more field, that is selecting profile picture. So for that, guys, what we're gonna do is we are simply going to make this as something like a division. Okay, and guys, here I'm just gonna say that this is what, having a class name. Okay, and here I'll just say that the styles of this would be profile div, something like that. Okay, I'm just gonna name it something like that so that I can identify it easily. Okay, now inside this we have to first of all show the empty profile picture. Okay, for that we're gonna use an image tag from Next.js. Okay, what is your age, sir? एज नहीं बताते, गलत बात। एज नहीं बताऊंगा मैं, शादी नहीं हुई है बस, बाकी ठीक है। Okay, so guys, here I'll just type IMAGE from Next.js. So you're just gonna go here. If you're using normal React.js, you can use image tag from React.js also, but for Next.js, we have next slash image. Okay, and here, guys, I'll just type the src would be what? So here I'm just gonna leave it empty for now. Okay, I'm just gonna import the image. So import no user. That's the image which we downloaded, right? So I'm just gonna say from, and here I'll just type @ / assets slash नो यूजर। भाई फिटनेस ऐप थोड़ा अपडेट कर दो। मैं बहुत ट्राई कर रहा हूँ ब्रो, बट अभी मैं फ्री नहीं रह पा रहा हूँ इसलिए एक्चुअली क्या हुआ है, द कोड विच आई डिड फॉर fitness app is complete, but I forgot to upload that code. So videos are available, lectures are available for that, but I forgot to upload the code. So accidentally the code is deleted, so I have to rewrite the code again. So it's taking time, but I'll do it definitely. So yes, you can see that we have the src here. So here, guys, I'm just gonna say that just type no user. Okay, no user, and you can just give it some width and height. Okay, width and height, and now it would be fine. Okay, I'm just gonna say that just use it normally. I think still warning. Anyways, you can just skip this. This warning is totally fine. So now you can see that after that, at the top, you must see some kind of image. Okay, right now it's not visible. Mm, okay, we have to style this division a little bit. Okay, we'll style that later on. We're gonna make it 200. For now, let me just check why it's not happening. Okay, yeah, now it's here. Now it's here. You can see that now we are able to see this image. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna style this image later. And guys, we're gonna need one more thing, that is an input field. Okay, we're gonna need an input field. So it would be something like, okay, we're gonna create one constant here, const image, user image, right? User image, and I'm just gonna set it as null. Okay, for now I'm gonna set it as null. NULL. Okay, null. And yes, so now after that, I'm simply going to say that here we're gonna have a button. Okay, input field. So input type, and it's gonna say that file. Okay, and I'm just gonna say that as soon as I click on this button, it would simply trigger e.target.file. That means it's gonna just add this file to our user image. That's it. Let's test this. So let's refresh. You can see we have thing here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go on something like show files. Okay, and here suppose I just select this image, or I select this image. Okay, so if I click on open, let's see. So yeah, you can see everything is fine, but the problem is, okay, so since we are using Next.js, so we are using TypeScript also. What you can do is, for now I'm just gonna write here any. Okay, if you don't know TypeScript, that's totally fine. If you know just JavaScript, that's plain JavaScript. You just need to write any here. Okay, if you have used TypeScript, or if you don't know TypeScript, just write here any. Okay, for people who have added TypeScript in Next.js. Okay, so you can see, uh, guys, what do we need to do is this. Just a second. Here, what's the issue? Hero target is possibly not. Okay, I think. Okay, just write it just like that. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we are simply going to say that if the image is not null, if the image is not null, then show the image. Okay, so I'm just gonna say here that if user image exists. Okay, user image exists. Okay, then I'm just going to show that image. Okay, I'm going to show that image by creating an object URL. That's what we you do to show an image directly. Okay, create object URL and just pass that image. If you haven't selected any image, you are just gonna show image like that. Okay, you're just gonna show it something like that. Okay, I'm just gonna make it 150 for now, and 150 would be fine for now. Okay, so when image is selected, image would be visible. Let's check this. So now if I click on choose files, okay, and now show all files, and now if I select this or this image, okay, so you can see that now I'm able to see this image. Okay, perfect. So you can see that now image is also here, name is also here, dob is also here. So now we need to catch these fields also, name, dob, email. So for that, I'm just going to create const name. For name also, I'm gonna store our data in this hook, or you can create a single hook and you can store all the fields. That's also fine. But for beginners, I'm just gonna say keep things separate so that it's easy for you. Similarly, for email also, I'm gonna store email inside this hook, right? And similarly, guys, we're gonna store for now, date of birth also would be stored in this hook, right? And later on, guys, we have one more thing, that is the password. So I'm just gonna say that password would also be stored in this hook. So password would also be stored in this hook. So you can see that all these things are available here. Now, guys, after that, what we need to do is we are simply going to go here in the full name field. I'm just gonna say that it would be taking value from name. Value would be taken from name hook, which we created just now, right? And then after that, we're gonna say as soon as I start typing inside this, I'm just gonna say set name as e.target.value. That's it. So that's what we're gonna do for DOB also. Okay, we're just gonna do this for DOB. Okay, and similarly, guys, we're gonna do this for this also. Okay, and similarly, guys, we're gonna do this for our. I'm just gonna remove the value field for now from DOB. We have to check something. Okay, then guys, we have to do this for password also. For password, I'm going to say value password and set password like that. Okay, now you can see password field is also here, name field is also here. Everything is done. Okay, let's check for DOB just a second. So I'm just gonna refresh it for now, and if I set some DOB, something like that. Okay, so yes, now you can see that now it's set it. Okay, so let's try this now. Okay, so now let's try this. Now let's try to get the values whatever we type. So for that, we're gonna have a function. So const handle submit, something like that, or you are registering to some website. So I'm just gonna say handle submit. Okay, handle submit. Styling it is very easy, but writing the logic is a little bit complicated. Okay, so yeah, that's why I'm explaining this logic to you. So yes, inside this, I'm just gonna say let's print these things. Okay, so console.log name, email, dob. We're gonna also print the password also. So console.log password. Okay, I think these are the fields, right? So that's it. Okay, we're gonna need one more thing, that is the profile picture. So it would print the file. Okay, it would give me the file. Okay, now let's test this. So for that, we're gonna have a submit button also, register button also. So we're gonna create a button. So button, and I'm just gonna say that on clicking of this button, I'm just gonna say on click, I want to call what handle submit function. Okay, on clicking on this. Okay, so here I'm just gonna say that this button is what submit button. Okay, submit button, right? So now let's test this. So if I just inspect, and if I go to console, okay, uh okay, if I go to console, let me just refresh. So you can see we have a submit button here. Don't worry about the styling, we'll style this later on, but right now, why is Vikrant Messi doing web development? चलो यार, विक्रांत मैसी बोल दिया तुमने, इतना ही बहुत है. He's a great actor, by the way. वेब फिल्म देखी आप लोग ने? Thanks for the compliment, by the way. Okay, so I'm gonna select things from here. Let's do this. Yeah, select this, and then full name would be Harshal. By the way, my name is Harshal Jain. Okay, and कोई फेक सी डेट ऑफ बर्थ डाल देता हूँ कि 2024. आज की डेट डालते हैं, हम आज ही पैदा हुए हैं. ओके, सो विल जस्ट चूज. अरे मैंने 2 दिन बाद की डेट डाल दी यार. 5 5 फरवरी. ओके, आज ही पैदा हुए हैं. And email is something. By the way, I'm not using my laptop. That's why you are seeing some other details. Okay. Yes. So now let's try to submit. If I click on submit, you can see that yes, I got the name here. Email also is here. Date of birth is also here, password is also here, user image is also here. That's it, guys. So that is the data which you're gonna submit to your backend. That's it. So now we have the data, right? So you can just write more logic if you are using backend. You're gonna write logic to handle the submit operation. Right now I have all the fields here. After that, you're gonna call APIs from your backend if you're using some kind of backend or you're using Firebase, so you can save data to Firebase. But till now, my job was to tell you till now. Okay. So now after that, let's style this. Okay. So I'm gonna say that we have the stylings for this. Okay. So first of all, guys, I'm gonna bring things in center. Okay. So for that, what we can do is I'm just gonna say give this a class, something like styles dot form page. Okay, form page. And inside this, I'm just gonna say that we have one division. Okay. And let's say that then one prof's key. Hello bro, hello भाई. आपका नाम सही है यार, पढ़ने में दिक्कत होगी. Okay, so styles dot form div और form container. Okay, थोड़ा डिवीजन ज्यादा बनाता हूँ मैं, but yeah, it helps. Okay, easy logic. So control V. So now guys, what we did was you can simply see that now it would be easy. So you can see that first of all we have the profile division, right? Then we have the name division. Then we have the DOB, date of birth division, right? Then we have the email division, right? Then we have the password division. Perfect, right? Then after that we have this button. Okay, so for password division also we have to write one more logic. That is, you can see that we are showing this SVG. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that as soon as I click on this SVG, I'm gonna just change this. Okay, so on click, I'm gonna hide the password. Okay, if password was visible, I'm gonna hide the password. If password was not visible, I'm gonna show the password. So I'm just gonna make it as true. So let's test this, guys, again. So I'm gonna go back here. Let me just refresh. And you can see that now, if I click on this, you can see password is visible. Okay, let's try to add some fields here. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a few fields here. Okay, and let's add some details here. And let's add some more details here. Now, if I click on this, okay. Hi, sorry to interrupt. Your theme looks cool. What plugin? Actually, I'm not using my laptop, by the way. First time I'm using my friend's laptop. Let me just check what's the plugin, what's the theme here. Okay, just a second. Um, I think you can just check out these extensions. Okay, I'm just showing you these extensions. These are all the extensions which this specific theme is using. Let me just check. Actually, there are, first of all, this is file icons. This is a very popular extension. I also use this. And then guys, check करना पड़ेगा यार. Okay, let me just check. Okay, let me just check what's the exact theme he's using. I think it's in the appearance. Okay, I have to check. Okay, exact theme, which exact theme this specific VS Code is using. Okay, I'll just ask my friend later and I'll mention that in the comment section. Okay, but yeah, these are some extensions which are available. You can check out some extensions. Actually, there are a lot of extensions which this guy is using. Anyways, okay, so yeah, you can just check out the themes later on. But yeah, you can just search about themes. Actually, I'm just gonna search about themes. So if I just search about theme, I'll get a lot of themes here. You can see, yeah, actually, I think this is most probably the GitHub theme or material theme. Okay, so you can just check out these two things, most probably between these two. Okay, so yeah, this is the theme. Okay, so now guys, let's continue. And what I wanted to tell you is now you can see that password is visible, hidden, password visible, hidden. Okay, perfect. And as soon as you select the image, I'm gonna show the image also. You can see that image is also here. You have all the fields here. You can just make the password visible. You can hide the password. If I click on submit, you can see that now I have all the details. Okay, so now the logic is complete. We just have to complete the styling part of this form. Okay, so for that you can use ChatGPT also. You can use whatever you want. What I do is I use Bard sometimes. Okay, because Bard has file upload features. You can just upload the image kind of UI which you want, and it would just create code for you, something like that. But I'm gonna write things from scratch here. Okay, so now guys, I'll just split out some things. Okay, I'll just split it a little bit so that it's visible enough. Okay, so now we're gonna go to our auth module.css. Okay, auth module.css. So let's style with our basics. So first of all, you can see that here we have the form page. But one more thing, guys, one more thing. I have to remove the root CSS. Okay, so just go to this page.module.css, just select all, remove it. Okay, because I don't want any pre-existing CSS. So you can see that now if I just refresh, can see that yeah, there is no default background, everything is fine. So you can see everything is fine here. Okay, now after that, in global CSS, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna say that we don't want any default margin or padding. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that M0 and P0. Okay, this is for Next.js. So similar for React.js, you can just remove any default margin or padding. Perfect. So now there is no any default margin and padding. Now perfect. So now after that, guys, just go to this register page. Okay, just go to this register page. Now we have to style it together. Okay, so we have to style this together. So form page, okay, form page, we have to first of all style that. So I'll just say that this is my form page. Okay, so I can use any good color. Okay, I can use any good color, but for now I'm just gonna say that display flex. I want everything in center. Okay, so I'm gonna say everything in center. So first of all, display flex, justify content center, align item setup. Okay, so you can see everything is in center for now. And now if I want this container to be in center of my page, so I'm just gonna say that suppose for now, minimum height would be around 100 bh, 100 bh. Perfect. So you can see now it's in center. Okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna say that you can give some background color also. Okay, so for that I'm gonna say that background color. Let's choose some normal color for now. So for now, if I just choose green color, so you can see now green color is here, and I'll just make it a little bit military green or something like that. Okay, so something like this. Okay, so yeah, you can see somewhat military green. Okay, so you can just pick the color code if you want some good color codes. What you can do is GitHub theme noted. Okay, perfect. What you can do is if you want some color code, you can just visit the website named as COLORS colors. Um, palette. Okay, you can just search something about it, colors website palette. So it would give you a palette. Okay, that means if you want to make a combination of a few colors, you can just do it from here very easily. Okay, so I'll just try something from here. You can have a generator also. You can just pick some generator. You can explore trending palettes. So I'm just gonna click on explore trending palettes. Okay, and yes, this is it. So you can see that I got this theme, so I can just pick any color from here. I like this dark one, so or you can just make a combination of all these colors if you want. Okay, can you answer my question from the live chat? Yes, what was your question? Please ask me. I can't see your question. Okay, so here I'll just paste the color code with a hashtag. That's it. So now guys, we have a good color code, you can see. So yeah, that's what up to you. You can just pick any color code, right? So yeah, this is the form page. Now inside this, we have a form container. So I'm just gonna go inside this form container. Okay, I'm just gonna say that for now it has some border. Okay, so border 1 pixel solid. For now I'm just gonna say that it has white. Okay, white. So you can see that yeah, that's the form container which contains all of the data. Okay, right? So now inside this, I'll just say first of all we're gonna have some border radius also. So border radius would be around let's say 20 pixel. Okay, 20 pixels. So you can see yeah, that's it. And one more thing, that is overflow of this would be hidden so that I don't have any overflow. You can see that now the overflow would be gone. Okay, so there is no overflow if any case accidentally, so you can just hide the overflow, right? Now guys, we're gonna style this form container later on, but we're gonna style the inner one for now. So profile division. Okay, so I'm just gonna come here and I'll just say that dot profile division. Okay, and I'll just say that first of all it's having display flex. Okay, display flex. So you can see display flex, and flex direction would be column. Okay, flex direction would be column, right? And one more thing guys, here also I'm gonna say that display is flex and flex direction is column. Okay, and after that guys, I'm gonna say that align items as center so that everything is in center. Can see that now everything is in center. Okay, and here also I'm gonna say that align items as center. Okay, Flask or Django. Actually, I'm not into Python. Okay, I'm not into Python, so I can't answer that specific doubt. Flask or Django. But yeah, to be specific, I have actually used Django for web development. So both are great, but to be specifically, I have used Django in some cases. But I'm not sure between both which one is better in some cases. Okay, I'm mostly focusing on one stack development. I'm a one stack developer, so it's mostly JavaScript. There is no role of Python, that is Flask or Django. So I can't answer that doubt. Okay. I'm a student who have knowledge on MERN stack and also React Native for mobile application. I want to explore more aside from JavaScript. What should I do? If you know mobile app development, what you can do is try to learn Kotlin. Okay, Kotlin Android development. So you'll have a more perspective. So try to do that, okay? Because that's what I did. First, I started learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Then I became a full stack developer. Then I learned React Native. I made full stack project. Then after that, I started Kotlin. Then I made full stack projects in Kotlin. That means backend was still in Node.js, Express.js, but the front end, that is your mobile application, was in Kotlin. So yeah, more complexity, but it was fun. So you can explore Kotlin after that, okay? Yes. Or if you want to explore something in the backend, that means you learned Node.js, Express.js. If you want to explore something in the backend, you can explore GraphQL. GraphQL is something which saves a lot of time and a lot of companies are using that. Okay, so in backend you can explore GraphQL, and if in front end you want to do more in mobile development field, you can go for Kotlin. That's great. Okay, and it would become easier. In initial phases, you would feel Kotlin is difficult, but it's easy. Okay, it's easy, right? So guys, yeah, we have styled this profile division. I'm just gonna say that inside this we have one image also. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that profile division, and we have this image. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that img. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that the border radius would be what, around 50%. Okay, 50%. So you can see, yeah, that's 50%. Now if I select some image, let's select this some image from here. Okay, so I'll just say that for now I'll just select this image. Okay, so you can see that, yeah, that's how the image would look. Now you can style this a little bit more, but I think this is fine. Okay, and you can give it some width also, width and height also, but yeah, I think this is fine. Now inside profile division, we have an input also. Okay, we have an input field also. So I can just say that it has some kind of margin, so you can see some spacing is here. And what else you want? You can just say that some I can just make the visibility as hidden. Okay, I can just make the visibility as hidden or something like that. Or what I can do is, guys, just give me a second, okay? Just give me a second. Ah, just a second, okay? I'm checking something. Okay, then I'll just show you that. Okay. For that, what we can do is, first of all, let's complete this much part. Okay, I'm gonna close this profile div for now. First of all, let's complete the below part. Okay, so I'm gonna go on input container. Okay, so I'll just comment this out for now. Okay, I'm just gonna comment this for now. First of all, let's style the input container. Okay, so I'll just say that display of this would be flex. Okay, and then I'm gonna say flex direction is what? Flex direction is what? Column. Okay, so you can see that now flex direction is column. Okay, I'm just gonna say that the width taken by them would be 100%. Okay, so you can see all of them are taking 100%. Now I'm going to say that some padding between would be there. So you can see some padding is also here. Actually, I would say that width would be around 90%. That would be fine. Okay, so some spacing is here, right? So you can see some padding is here. If you want to decrease the padding, you can see now I've decreased the padding a little bit. Okay, so now inside this input container, we have the label also. So I'm just going to say that we have the label. So we're going to style this label tag. Okay, so I'm just gonna say some basic styling would be there for this label tag. Okay. I'm just gonna say that the color of this label tag would be what? White. Okay. Yeah, you can see that the color of this is white. And then I can just say some gap between the input items. gap of around 5 pixel would be fine. So you can see some gap between the items name and this input field, DOB and this input field, email and this input field. You can see that, yeah, there is some gap, right? So you can see that now we have some things here. Actually, I want to decrease the padding. Okay, let's style the this first. Okay, then we'll see the padding. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that it's gonna have some font size. So font size would be around 18 pixel. Okay, let's check for 18 pixel. You can see that's 18 pixel. Let's decrease it a little bit to 14 pixel. Perfect. Now I'm gonna say one more thing, that is we'll style the input field. Okay, we'll style the input field. So input field. Okay. So first of all, I'm just gonna say that there is no border. Okay, there is no border, and then I'm also going to say that background color is transparent. So it's transparent. Okay, so you can see background is transparent and border is what, 1 pixel solid white. Okay, so you can see 1 pixel solid white. Yeah, that looks cool, right? So now that's done, and after that, guys, we have full name, DOB, right? If I select the date of birth, let's select this. Okay, perfect. So now after that, we are gonna say that color of this would be also white. Color of this would be white. Okay, so color of it would be white. So you can see color of it is white. Now it looks fine. Okay, now after that, let's target the password field also. So it's actually input container one. Okay, input container one. And I'm just gonna say again, things would be exactly same in this case also. Can see exactly same. But what we need is we have a row inside this. Okay, so we're gonna say that we have the label first of all, same as it is, same as it is. Just copy this, and we're gonna have the label for passwords. So input container one. You should use rem instead of, so that responsiveness would be easier. Yeah, but it depends. Like I'm using Pixel because I just want to make a design like that. Okay, I'm just gonna make a design like that. Later on, if you are making responsiveness, then you can use RAM. That's a good suggestion. Okay. So yes, 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 you can see that label is also here. Now similarly, we have the input field. So I'm gonna style this input field. But before that, you can see that it has a row. Okay, it has a row. So I'm just gonna style this input row. Okay. So inside this input container one, the main motto of this video was to explain the logic, how files are handled, how input field is handled. Okay, so designing is up to you. Okay, you can design anyway. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna say that display is flex. This time I want it as a row. I want the I want what? I want the password field as well as this button, something like that. Okay, so if I click on this, you can see that now it's visible, hidden, right? So you can see that now it's visible and hidden. Okay, perfect. So what you want here is now I would simply say that first of all, why is this email visible? Let me just check. Okay, okay, perfect. Right. So yeah, you can see that we need to target the password field now. So for that, we have the input row. Inside that, we have to simply say that the input field, that is the password input field. I'm going to say that first of all, background is none. Okay, background is none. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to remove it for now. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to say border is also none. Okay. And then guys, we're gonna say that we're gonna have one more thing, that is outline is also none. Outline is also none. Okay, so let's remove things from here. So you can see now it looks empty. Okay, so now around this we need to add some border. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that this input row is gonna have some border. So border 1 pixel solid white. Okay, something like that. So you can see that now I have a border. Okay, so don't worry about this. This is happening because of autofill, which generally happens in every website. But yeah, you can see now I have a border. I can just give it some padding also. So padding of around 5 pixel would be fine. Okay, 5 pixel would be fine. And one more thing, guys, you can see that this input field is having this styling. Okay, padding is around this much. Okay, now we have to style the SVG. So I'll just say that inside this row we have the SVG also. So just style the SVG, that is the icon. So I'm just gonna first of all say that this icon color is white. You can say icon color is white. I want to give it some width, so I'm gonna say that the width of this is around 15 pixel is smaller, I guess. Let's make it 35. Okay, 25 would be final. Okay, 25 would be final. Yes. So similarly, we're gonna give it some height of around 25 pixels. Right, so you can see that now it's styled a little bit, but the problem here is again you are having some padding. Okay, why we are having some padding? Because here we have given some padding. I'm gonna remove it from here. Okay, we have to make it display flex also. Okay, I'm sorry. This row was display flex. I would just want to say that justify content as space between. That's it. So you can see now it's on left and right. Okay, so if I remove the password for now, you can see that that's the field. Similarly for the I can increase the padding if I want. So from top and bottom, I want more padding. So I'm just gonna say that some around 10 pixel padding would be here. Okay. Yes. So now guys, you can see that yeah, this is visible. This is visible, right? I can add some border radius also if I want. So I'll just say that the border radius would be of around 10 pixel. Okay, 10 pixels. So you can see that of around 10 pixels, there is some border radius. Okay. Perfect. So now you can see that as soon as I type things here, you can see it's perfect. I just need to add one color also. If I want to add color, I would just say that color would be what? White. Okay. Color would be what? White. So you can see that the color is white, right? And as I click this, you can see that that's a form, right? So I can just do one more thing, guys. I would just say that this container, input container, form container actually, is gonna have width would be of around 100%. Okay, 100%. And then I'm going to say that maximum width. Here I can decide the maximum width would be of around, so 400 pixel or lesser. 400 pixel is fine. Okay, so now if in some case, let's test this. If in some case, now let's try some responsiveness. It's a little bit responsive also. So you can see that, yeah, now it's a little bit responsive. Okay, so you can see that now if you are watching it a mobile view, that's also fine. You can add some margin also if you want. I can just say some margin of 10 pixel would also be fine for this. Okay, so yeah, there would always be some margin. So you can see that, yeah, there is always some margin. So it's responsive anyways. Okay, you don't need to do anything much here, right? Now after that, guys, let's target the button finally. We're gonna target the button. Actually, we have the button directly, so I'm gonna say that a button. Okay, so we'll just say that there would be some button and some styling for that button would be here. Okay, so we have to just style this, which is inside the form container. Okay, so I'm just gonna write it just like that. So form container. Inside that we have the buttons. We can't directly style the buttons in Next.js, so we're gonna write it like that. Okay, perfect. So you can see that the button is also styled. We're gonna give it some margin also. So some margin from top and bottom of around 20 pixel. Let's check. So guys, you can see that that's some margin and that's how it looks. Okay, so now one more thing, you can just give it some filter blur also if you want. I can just give it some blur. Let's check how we can give it. So I will just say that filter would be blur. Okay, let's say if I give it blur of 50 pixel. So you can see that that's a little bit of blur. I can actually change it later on also if you want, or for now I'm just gonna give it some transparent background. That would be better. Okay, so this was the form page and this was the form container. I'm just gonna say that it has a background and let's say same background, but a little bit of lighter, right? So you can see a little bit of color change would be here, or I can just pick the white color and I can just give it a transparentness like that. So it looks way more cooler. Okay, so you can see that, yeah, it's a little bit more cool. And one more thing, if you want a more better design, if you want a more better design, what you can do is you can just give it some border bottom also. Let's try to give it some border bottom. This is the input container. Instead of this whole border, we can just give it a border bottom and outline none. So first of all, I'm going to make the outline as none. Okay, and I'm just gonna say that border bottom. Okay, so you can see that this input field has border bottom, something like that, and I'm gonna make one more thing, that is border as none. Okay, so you can see that now the border is none, I can actually remove the border radius now. We don't need this here. So you can see, yeah, that's the field. Okay, similarly, I can do it for email also if I want. Okay, I'm just gonna do one more thing. I'll just go here, and for the password, actually, for the password, this is the password, but so I'm gonna do it for password. This one. Okay, so here I would just do it for password. Okay, so border bottom as white, border none, border radius would be also removed. So remove this. Okay, so you can see that the password field is also here. Don't worry about these pre-filled text. This comes in this specific laptop, but yeah, you won't be seeing this. Okay, right. So yeah, name is here, date of birth, month, year is also here. Now let's choose the file also. Okay, I'm gonna make a similar design for the file also, or I can make the visibility as none. Whatever you want, you can just do it here. Okay, so what you can do is you can just make the visibility of this as null. Visibility visible as false. Okay, so now let me just okay, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna hide this for now. I'm just gonna say that display. Guys, just a minute, okay? I'll check some CSS which I have already written for that, so that I can hide this. Just a second. We'll finish this by just adding some style here, then it would be done. Okay. We're gonna simply write here hidden. Okay, I'm just gonna write here hidden. Okay, you can see it's hidden. Okay, you can see it's hidden, but it's gonna be inside some kind of button. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that as soon as I click on this, okay, as soon as I click on this, uh, I would simply want to do something here. Okay, so here we have a division. Okay. Yes. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now if I click on this, you can see that now I have this. Okay, now I have this. So what you need to do is you simply need to say that first of all from this input I am hiding things. Okay, if you want to hide things here, you can hide. And then I'm saying that I'm targeting that specific input element. Okay, I can actually remove this input element if I want. And just remove this input element now. So what I did was I just simply had the one click on this division profile dev division. As soon as I click on this, I would select the file. So let's try this. So as soon as I click on this, if I select the file, okay, if I select this file for now, you can see that now it would be visible. Okay, so you can see that now it's visible. Perfect. So yeah, that's it, guys. So you can see that now if I just add some details, you can see that now I'm able to add the details perfectly, and date of birth would also be added, something like that. Okay, and let's add some email. HJ123. Okay, something like that. Now, as soon as I click on submit, what would happen? The data would be submitted. Okay, actually, I must add one more thing, that is some margin. Anyways, I'll add some margin later on. If I submit this, okay, what I'm gonna get is I'm gonna get the complete data. Okay, so now the logic is also clear, the design is also complete. You can see now I'm getting the complete data. Okay, so yeah, that's how you can get the complete data and you can design this. This is a very simple design just to demonstrate how you can make this page. Okay, designing this up to totally up to you, but yeah, logic must be clear. How you actually select profile picture, how you add these fields, name, dob, email, password, password is hidden and visible or not. You can see password is hidden or visible, right? So yeah, that's it. And one more thing, I'll just add some margin from top. Let me just add some margin from top to this profile division. Okay, so this is the profile division. I'm gonna say that margin would be of around 10 pixels. I think 10 pixel is fine. So yeah, you can see that that's done. So now guys, you can see that the code is also complete. And let me just refresh. Okay, I'm gonna write things from scratch here. You can see as soon as I click on this, you can see now I'm allowed to select a profile picture. You can just select a profile picture. Okay. Either you can have a button to select profile picture, you can show a plus icon or something like that, or you can just directly click on this. And if I type HARSHAL Gen, okay. And then if I pick some date of birth, 1995, okay. I've just added some fake date of birth, okay. And then some email, gmail.com, and password is J123456. As soon as I click on this, you can see that now if I inspect, if I go to console, you can see that now all details are here along with the user image. That's what we have done in this function. If I show you the function, that is the submit function, you can see that the submit function, don't worry about these warnings, these are coming because of like the specific machine. These are just warnings, you can ignore these warnings. But yeah, you can see that we have name, email, dov, password, user image printed. Okay, so now what you can do is you can just save this data to some kind of backend, then you can show it into your other pages. Okay, so now I hope the logic is clear how the profile page is created. You can select a profile picture like that, and then similarly you can select the date of birth, you can hide and hide the password, you can show the date of birth, you can show the name, email. That's how it's done in React.js. Okay, so very simple project, but if you're a beginner it would help you a lot. I think we need to add one more thing. We can just add a heading also. Okay, we can just add one more heading, just like register heading. Okay, so at the top you would see some kind of heading, so I'm just gonna say that this register heading would be styled at the top, suppose. So inside the form container, we have the h1 tag. I'm just gonna say that it's gonna have some style and some margin, and you can just give it some font family also. I like the Roboto one, so I think if we have this Roboto or not, Poppins is also fine. So yeah, you can see Poppins is a font family which I like. So yeah, you can use this, and a little bit of font weight would be lesser. Let's say that the font weight is 500. So you can see, yeah, that's the page. Okay, so you can see that we created the register page. It's totally done. And now, guys, if you want to get the source code, what you can do is you can just check out my GitHub profile. Okay, how can I learn coding and start earning money as soon as possible? The easiest way which I followed was, first of all, I learned the month stack. Okay, I learned the month stack. Then after that, I just went to LinkedIn and I searched for people who want to build projects. Okay, something like they are launching their own startup and they want some cheap guy. Okay, that means if we are a beginner, that means we can call ourselves as a cheap guy. That means we're gonna charge very less for a project. So that's what I did. So I just created a few basic projects in Monstack. Then I went to LinkedIn and there I searched for people who want to build projects. Okay, who want us to build projects. They are creating a startup and they want someone who would create their website or mobile application. So in terms of Monstack, I built a website, restaurant website and e-commerce website for some people. So just go to LinkedIn and you can search for projects easily once you know a skill. So the fastest way is learn the Monstack. Okay, it would take at least 4 months to master it, at least 4 months. Okay, but yeah, you're gonna need a lot of time to actually learn everything. But at least you are building a base and you know how to make projects like Netflix, Amazon, any kind of e-commerce platform, any social media platform. Then you can say that yeah, like I can say I'm confident enough so I can build any project. So after that, you can search for LinkedIn, you can search for different projects, people who want to make startup and they want you to create a project. Okay, so you can charge some basic amount and you can create projects for them. So that's how you can get start to earn money, right? So now, guys, after this, I'll just upload this source code. So for getting the source code, what you can do is you just need to search for github.com/VIRAJJ014. Okay, and you can check out the playlist in the Geeks for Geeks channel. There you will find different projects which I have created previously. You can just go here. If you want to follow me, you can follow me and you can contact me on LinkedIn or Instagram in the repositories. I'll upload a repository after a few minutes. Okay, after ending this session, the repository name would be user profile React.JS. Okay, React.JS. So you'd find the repository here. Although it's made in Next.js, but anyways, React.js, Next.js, something like that would be mentioned here. Okay, so user profile React.js. Nothing different in React.js and Next.js. If you know React.js, you'll observe the code. You'll see that nothing is different between these two. Just the way of installation was different. Okay, yes, everything was same. So yeah, you can see that in future I'll just upload this after a few minutes. I'll upload user profile React.js repository, which would be available here. You can search this later on. You'll find the repository, and I'll also provide the link of the source code in the description or in the comment section later on, right? So from there also you can check out this. So guys, I hope you understood this video, and we made a basic registration section where I told you how you can just save data in this use state. That's what we do in React.js. Okay, we have a React.js hook use state, and after selecting the image, you can just do whatever you want. You can call your backend API, whatever you want. You can send the data to backend. Okay, so that's the next task which you can do after that, right? So that's it for today, guys. I hope you understood this video, and I will see you in the next one. Till then, have a good day. Bye bye.